Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Bhupesh. Hope you're doing perfectly well. So today it's again a wonderful Sunday. So today we're gonna do a different topic under Grafana playlist. Uh, recently we have been contacted by a couple of folks that how to authenticate Prometheus, open source Prometheus, and how can I send the OpenTelemetry matrices to Prometheus instance in Kubernetes world. So that is what it's all about in today's session. And whatever we have done in the same Grafana playlist, there are a lot of sessions available in Grafana playlist. You can simply scan through the list. I'm not going to dictate everything here, but what we are going to doing today will be installing Prometheus with the help of Helm chart with the authentication. Like I'll be passing username and password in a Kubernetes cluster, and then I will install Grafana. Then we will configure the Prometheus as a data source in Grafana, and post that we will install OTEL collector agent. Why we are install OTEL collector agent? Just to make sure that I am able to send the node exporter matrices from my cluster through Prometheus with the help of this agent configuration. And then we'll validate everything, the node exporter matrices on Grafana. So before we start, if you have not like and subscribe the channel, please do that. And this is me, Bhupesh, your friend, your colleague, your well-wisher, doing all the sessions on Grafana, OpenTelemetry, Grafana Alloy, Kubernetes, and so on. So you do check out in the playlist and let me know in case of any further queries and clarifications. So what we have done. Let me just open the GitHub page. So there's a GitHub page where we have documented everything for your ease. So I'm talking about uh, this OpenTelemetry page is a this Kubernetes matrices with authentication at the endpoint. So this is the GitHub page I've already opened in my VS Code. So let's quickly run through this. It will be a very short session so that we are not spending too much time on theory again. This is always a practical session when it comes to my channel and my videos. So let's do that quickly. So first of all, we need to install Prometheus. We know how to install Prometheus with the help of Helm chart that will install everything for you, like the node exporter and the other exporter. So I am on to currently which namespace I am into matrix namespace. This matrix namespace is empty. There's nothing. KGP, no mods, nothing. Everything is perfect. So let's get started and run this Helm chart. So we are upgrading this or installing this Helm chart with the name of my Prometheus. And this with the help of this from underscore auth Now what is this under this? So I'm passing my Helm chart with these configurations. So I'm passing an additional file called as web.config.file, which will be going inside this container. And what would be the value inside the file? We are passing the basic auth users, and the admin is the username and password is SumpPass. So SumpPass is the password of your Prometheus, but we need to encrypt that password. So how we can encrypt that password? So there's a another Python code in the same location. You need to run this Python code, and then you can compress that or encrypt that password. So this is my location where I will be running the Python code. So this is just to encrypt your password. Okay, so I am passing my password some pass. So this will be the encrypted password that I need to provide it here. Okay, some pass. I'll copy that stuff and then I'll simply paste it in my this file. The admin will the username, and password would be this, the encrypted one, which I have just now generated with the help of Python code. Now other things to note down. So I've already talked about this piece. Now we need to enable remote write also in our Prometheus, otherwise will not be able to send matrices. So this is the extra flag that will come under server values.yaml file. So we are enabling remote write receiver, and to get the data or to receive the data in Prometheus, we need to add this probe header so that the authorization can happen. So authorization basic, and then this is nothing but the base64 of your some password. So how I have done it, echo minus n, and then I have done this. So you will get this some pass I'm encoding that password of my. Okay, can you see? So this is the authorization. Not like this authorization is, like this. One second. This I could have documented in this like this. I think this. This is like this. Okay. So I'll document this. So basically, this is the basic authorization of your. Let me document it here like this. This is the admin colon password. Okay. Fine. I'll just commit this thing. So I am passing my username and password here also for getting the data in Prometheus, and this is for setting up the Prometheus instance. Perfect. So I'll just install my uh, Prometheus now with the help of this command. I'll just come here. I'll just run this helm chart. Hoping I'm at the right location. Yes, I am at the right location. And let's see. So this has installed this Helm chart. So this will spin up certain pods. So pods are getting created. So my Prometheus is up and running. I'll install Grafana. This is a vanilla Grafana that I'm installing. Okay, that install Grafana will install in the same namespace. So I have a separate Prometheus. I have a Grafana separate. So there are two Helm chart basically. So you can see Prometheus and Grafana both are running. Prometheus is running and Grafana is coming up in a nicely way. Now I need to install OTEL collector agent. Why I'm installing OTEL collector? So that I can get the matrices of your node exporter service and send to my Prometheus instance. Okay. So what is this config file? We have already talked about telemetry collector a lot, but let me explain about this file. Now, this is the OTEL collector agent installation that will scan your matrices and then will send your matrices to the Prometheus, the authenticated Prometheus. So I don't think I need to explain too much on this. So there is a receiver called as Prometheus, which I'm receiving the node exporter from this service. Okay, this is my service. This is my IP, cluster IP. So I'm just making sure that cluster IP is correct, right? So this is my cluster IP, and then cube state matrices is also coming here on this IP. So I'll just change the cube state matrices also. Perfect. And this is the Prometheus receiver. There's nothing on the processor. So this is exporter. Now exporter, you need to understand more on this part. Okay. So I want to send my matrices from node exporter and cube state matrix endpoint to a Prometheus receiver, or basically an exporter, which is running on my same server. You see kubectl service is my Prometheus server running on port number 80. Behind the scenes it is running on 9090. Okay, and then API v1 write is where we need to send these matrices. Okay, authorization again, since it is a authorization authenticated Prometheus, we need to pass it like this. And then this is the metrics pipeline receiving data from Prometheus, which is having two endpoints, node exporter and kubestate matrix, processing it with the help of batch, and finally sending it to Prometheus remote write. And there's a service called as this, and there's a deployment which is using the config map. So that is pretty much on to the explanation of your OTEL collector. We've done a lot of demos on this OTEL collector, so I'll not spend too much time on this. I'll just install this OTEL collector. Okay, this is installed. Let me see. Clear KGP. How many pods are running? My Grafana running, Prometheus running, OTEL collector also running. Let me just uh, port forward my Grafana, and then we'll add the Prometheus as a data source in my Grafana. Okay. Okay. I don't know the password of Grafana. So what I'll do, I'll just simply go and check the secret of Grafana. Okay, get secret of Grafana o.yaml echo decode. I will decode this password of Grafana. User, I know it is admin only. Fine, this is the password. I'll just use this password of Grafana. Good. I'm able to log into my Grafana now. And then I'll go to my data sources. I'll add There's nothing in here. It's empty. I'll add the Prometheus data source, and then I'll add the Prometheus endpoint is nothing but this one. Yeah, this is my endpoint. Basically, the Prometheus service I'm talking about. I'll add this authentication. There's an authentication, basic authentication. User is admin. Password is SOMEP. Some pass. That's it. Let me save and test. Yeah, it has been tested properly. I'm going to Prometheus to check whether I'm getting the matrices or not. I'll go to my magic query now. Okay, so this is my magic query which will tell me how many matrices are coming per job. Okay, I will check for last 5 minute instances. I'm getting a lot of data. So you see, I'm interested more on these two data. So these are the matrices that I'm getting it from my OTEL collector. These are the matrices which I'm getting from my Prometheus Helm chart. So that is what I want to show it quickly with the help of this session. So what we have used in this session, potentially, if you talk about, we have used Prometheus installation with authentication. We have installed Grafana on cluster. We have installed OTEL collector on cluster, and then we have sent the data from the node exporter endpoint to Grafana, and we are able to visualize everything. So that is pretty much. I want to take a pause. If you have any doubts and queries pertaining to this, please feel free to reach out via comment section. But this is pretty much about this session. It is more of a little bit of repetitive session, but with the help of Prometheus authentication that we have not done it earlier. So the main important point is encrypt your password with the help of that Python code, and then pass that authorization as headers for remote write. So I would take a pause. If you have any doubts and questions, please note down in the comment section, and then we'll catch up again later into the same playlist or some other different kind of videos. Till then, do take care of yourself. Goodbye. See you later.